Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the Cleveland and we are back with Stormcat Miranda. Now this is the last battle that we managed to get in when we played together, and I thought it was a pretty good one. There's a lot of running back and forth across the map, shooting at everything that moves. It's going to be fun. Now Miranda is in the Kutuzov. I am in the Cleveland, obviously, and we are going to pretty much hold this team down. It's going to be a close game, though, so you can't miss it. You gotta watch all the way through. It's definitely going to be a fun one. Now, obviously, when people think of the Cleveland, they think of the HE spamming, just absolute terror of the seas, and you are correct. But you guys know me; I like to use the AP whenever I can to really showcase just how good this ship really is. Because, yes, the HE is very effective, but man, when you catch somebody with their pants down and you have AP loaded, whoo, it's so satisfying. Doesn't matter if it's battleship, cruiser, whatever. Cruisers usually die in one shot. The battleships usually, take 3 or 4 salvos if they're broadside. But the Cleveland is just so much fun to play. If you haven't played this ship, you definitely need to get this ship. It is a lot of fun, whether you're a fire starter guy that likes to sit behind islands, or you're the guy like me who likes to get all over the place and do everything you can to help the team. It's just a great ship. Doesn't have torpedoes. It's the one downside, but it's an American ship, so it doesn't get torpedoes. However, you don't need them. You just don't need them. And, yeah, hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I know I'm recording this on Black Friday, and by the time you guys see it, it'll be Saturday morning, or Saturday noon. But, hope you guys had a great time. And, I know I did. Me and the old man stayed in. We had our own little Thanksgiving. My sister and her husband were working, so we didn't go down there to have Thanksgiving. Grandma obviously didn't want everybody around. We've got a really big family. And we usually, family tradition dictates, we all go over to Grandma's house every year, and we have this big dinner and everything. But when I say we have a big family, I mean my grandma on my, well, actually on both sides of my family, but on my mom's side of the family is who I'm talking about. My grandma on my mom's side of the family had 3 sets of twins and a single. So one of the twins died, so you ended up with, what should be six total kids. And each of them had multiple kids, and from there on, multiple grandkids each. It was ridiculous. So my family's huge. So getting everybody together is always an interesting situation, and then you compound it with the whole COVID thing, and my grandma's extremely, she's older, and on top of being older, she's on dialysis a couple times a week, and she just can't take the risk. And dad's underlying health issues, same thing. With his cirrhosis of the liver due to his fatty liver disease, and everything that goes on there. I try to tell people this because I know there are people who are fighting the fight for the other people that are like, but your rights are being forfeited. Nah, just leave it be, man. It's not about that. It's about doing my part to try to protect my loved ones. Whether I can or can't, that's not my point, but I'm not going to be the reason they get sick. Does that make sense? And I hope that just about everybody should be able to agree with that. I'm not fighting anybody over anything. Do what you want to do. All I'm saying is that I'm not willing to take the risk to be the person that gets everybody around me sick, because I know what it means for them. So, with that being said, now that all the sad parts of everything is out, let's get back into the video. Now, we've already started opening fire. We've got some decent hits for almost 9,000 damage already with HE. But you'll see that I float back because the destroyers were spotted coming straight across the mid. They were in a division. Kagero gets lit up again, and we immediately target the Kagero. The Jervis, I think, or is it a Lightning? I think it's a Lightning. His partner in his division is going straight at our Turpits, and I'm pretty sure our Turpits just absolutely annihilates him, and yeah, down he goes. Lightning's gone. Now, I start to feel some type of way about the torpedoes heading my direction. Even if they weren't meant for me, they still hurt really, really bad if you run into them. So I'm going to have to slow down, come to a stop, make sure that we don't hit those torps, and then help the team finish off this Kagero. Torps go on by, and we keep on trucking. Now, Scharnhorst becomes the next thing, obviously. He's the next closest enemy, next easiest person to hit, so we're going to start targeting him. We've got the Kuchezov out there as well, and the Roma way out there. But definitely Scharnhorst is the next target if we can get some shots on him. Looks like he's starting to reverse, maybe. So we're going to take some shots into his superstructure, try to. And then when we figure out which way he's going, we're going to try to get as many hits on him as possible, possibly set fire. That first salvo was horrendous. It's like the game knows where his ship is, and it's like, all right, split the shells off either side of his ship. Don't allow him to hit it. Just not allowed. But then I see the Gneiseno over here, so it's time to start engaging the Gneiseno. I don't want to let him get away with it. And we get a fire already. And he's broadside on. And after we get a couple more fires here, we got our second fire. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get ready to start launching some AP possibly at him. Nope, he damage conned, so now we're definitely going to try to start the fire. Now that he's damage conned, you know it takes, what, 15, 20 seconds usually for the damage con to wear out, and then if we set another fire, it'll burn until either he dies or the fire burns out, and there it is. First fire. Can we get a second fire? That would be preferable. Come on, aim towards the front of the ship, Spartan. Or the rear. Either way. Hitting towards the rear of the ship with that salvo. This salvo is more towards the front. He's starting to turn away. He realizes he's made a mistake, but it's a little late for that, Sunshine. You're begging for a paddling. And everybody's giving it to him. And this is why I say this team has done a relatively decent job early on of focusing down enemies, especially the two destroyers. Getting them was huge. That should, in theory, let our destroyers run around. We did get another... Sorry, my voice. We did get another fire on the Gneisenau, and now we're taking some shots with armor piercing at the broadside of this Azuma. And this Azuma, we may not be citadeling him, but watch these chunks that we're hitting for. I mean, we're hitting them for 7,000, 8,000 damage a shot. This is disgusting. Disgusting. And these shots are coming every, what, 6 seconds? It's glorious. And as you can see, he's not long for this world. Oh, we leave him with just enough. Come on, man. But next shot's already in the air. He's not getting away. And the Fiji yoinks it. Of course he would. Why wouldn't the Fiji yoink it? Dang it. But we're at 69,000 damage done. And I feel like we're just now scratching the surface. We've come back. We've helped our team win this side. We've held off the advance on the right side initially. Now it's time to get back. Now there is a Leon over on the right side that's pushing up on our destroyer. Now, common sense dictates that the destroyer should have no trouble killing the Leon. What actually happens is the complete opposite. The destroyer gets his butt kicked by Leon. Just straight up. Ain't even funny. I don't know how he managed to screw that one up so bad, but he does. He manages it real good to screw that side up. We're going to start trying to burn these guys down. We've got the Iowa and the Roma out here, broadside on, just begging for it. I know the Kuchezov is out directly over the, what would it be, the port side, but we're going to stick to trying to shoot and burn down these battleships initially. We've got a battleship and Miranda over there shooting at the Kuchezov at the moment. But you can see we are definitely starting to get these guys to move away from us. They can't withstand the constant fire barrage that they're receiving from both a Kuchezov and a Cleveland. It's just impossible. I don't care how many hit points you got. I don't care how good you are. If you're getting spammed by a Cleveland and a Kuchezov, you're not long for this world. And this goes right back to the fact that these guys have done nothing for their team. Literally nothing. The Iowa, the Roma, they pushed to the right initially, or their left initially, and they've sailed all the way back across the map. They've literally done nothing. And they're shooting at things, but they're clearly not hitting much of anything. But after seeing our destroyer go down to their Leon, I decide to push across and intercept the Leon, because the last thing I want is a gun or a guy with 16 guns getting the flat broadsides of my teammates. You know, so I'm going to make the team play. I'm going to throw some damage out the window. I'm going to get damage on my way over. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to try to get more damage here. But I'm going to throw this damage out the window. Yes, there are two nasty battleships here I could continue to burn down. but I'm going to instead go over to try to intercept this Leon. Now, what I wasn't expecting was the Leon to actually decide, all right, I've done my job on this side, I'm going to double all the way back to the other side of the map, back towards his base. Was not expecting that, but that's exactly what he does. So, yeah, it's going to make it even easier for me. I don't have to worry about getting into a fight one-on-one with the Leon if I'm going to have islands between me and the Leon. He can't see me. And my teammates are going to be able to spot him as soon as he gets, you know, around the islands. But that is the beauty of, you know, these light cruisers. I mean, they're just disgusting. Literally the most disgusting ships in the game. It's bad enough that you end up getting, you know, torped to death by something that can kill you with 4 torpedoes and you can't even see him. Then you throw into the mix these fire starters, man, that are just absolutely ridiculous. And we're sitting at 97,000 damage. Doesn't feel like we've done 97,000 damage, but man, just the constant barrage that we can put out is just insane. We can get, what, three salvos almost in the air? Nope, just 2. 2.5 salvos, basically, in the air at any given time at this sort of range, which is ridiculous. We get a fire already, because of course we do. It's a Leon, and Leon actually does not like getting hit with HE. Obviously, it's a French battleship. French battleships have thinner armor than most, even though it seems to be slightly more effective than most battleships' armor for some reason. French armor is just weird. Let's just leave it at that. But it does not like high explosive. And watch the chunks that we get. Not even just fires, like just the chunks of damage that we're able to get when we get some connections here. My shooting isn't the best right now. But, yeah, you'll see. We get some good penetration. And, of course, equilibrium of power coming through on this. Just absolutely hitting them. That was 1,300 damage there with HE. And if we can get some better hits here, you'll see even more than that. There's, what, another 1,900? And a fire. And then that one was 2,600. You can see now that I'm getting more and more hits, the damage is just stacking up, and we are shredding him. Shredding him. Another 3,000 to 4,000 damage, and he's on fire, and we get a second fire, and down he goes. Like, you just can't stand up to the constant barrage that the Cleveland and the Kutuzov offer. I know there's a lot of Japanese cruiser captains out there that like to tote their 203mm high explosive, and the Wichita as well. But honestly, if I had to choose between a Wichita, a Kutuzov, a Cleveland, or a Mogami shooting me with high explosive, I would definitely pick the Mogami. Like, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts. The Kutuzov is able to do it from excessive range. The Cleveland has good range as well, but just hits so fast and has great AP. And then on top of that, the Wichita has the same 27mm armor that the Baltimore has, which means you're pretty much immune against all armor piercing up to 16-inch caliber, or 16-inch gun. So, the Mogami doesn't even compare. Now, I know there's a lot of people, T-Bull, I'm looking at you, that would say otherwise, but it's just the truth of the matter. The Mogami has been power crept something fierce. There are better fire starters out there. Cleveland, Wichita, Kutuzov, all of them are better than the Mogami, in my opinion. And Kutuzov finishes off the Iowa. Miranda did. We get a fire on Roma, which means he's not long for this world. Leon manages to finish him off, though, unfortunately. And right now, our destroyer was contesting the base, or capturing the base. The Kutuzov moves in to capture, or to contest him. And now he's broadside to me, and I am just begging him to just stay broadside. But he's going to start turning away from us pretty quickly here. And we're not going to be able to finish him off before the destroyer finishes this match, unfortunately. We do switch back to HE because he is turning away from us, not giving us the easy shots anymore. You can see we have lost basically no health this match. I mean, look at, I think we used 1 heal at some point, and we have lost basically no health. He does set us on fire. We're going to go ahead and put it out because the game's almost over anyway, so if he does get 2 fires on me after putting it out, it's not that big a deal. And we're going to be able to just continue to pound him until this game's over. Now, we had less than a minute. We get our high caliber, just barely eking out our high caliber as the game comes to a close, but not quite able to finish off the Kutuzov. Some bad shooting by me here. He wasn't really doing anything to avoid it so much as I was just not shooting him very well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. That was a fun match. A lot of running back and forth to support both sides of the team. And we end up with 123,000 damage with 2 kills and 11 fires, top of the leaderboard. Miranda coming in third. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.